Statistical fallacy. A statistical fallacy occurs when someone uses fake or unverified statistical data to bolster the credibility of their argument. A classic example often cited in many self-help books is, the study supposedly found that the 3% of 1953 Yale graduates who had set clear, written goals had amassed more wealth than the other 97% of graduates combined. In reality, no such study has ever been conducted. Cherry picking. The cherry picking fallacy occurs when someone selectively chooses data or information that supports their viewpoint while ignoring conflicting or unfavorable evidence. This results in a biased perspective and inaccurate conclusions. Example: this medicine is very effective because hundreds of people who tried it got better. However, the number of people who do not recover is not mentioned. Appeal to force. The fallacy of appeal to force occurs when the speaker uses threats or coercion rather than rational arguments to compel others to accept their viewpoint. For example, a career in medicine is good for your future, so you must apply to medical school. If you don't expect any support from your parents. Sunk cost. The sunk cost fallacy occurs when a person continues to invest time, money, or effort into something just because they have already invested a lot in it, even though continuing might no longer bring any benefit or could even cause harm. Example: this movie is really boring and not interesting at all. Let's leave. We've already paid for the tickets and made the effort to come to the theater, so we should stay and finish it. Leaving now would be such a waste. Straw man. The straw man fallacy occurs when someone deliberately distorts, oversimplifies, or changes their opponent's argument into a weaker version that is easier to refute, then attacks that version instead of addressing the original argument. Example: I think we should save more money for the future. If you don't enjoy life, then your life is meaningless. True Quoque. The true quoque fallacy occurs when someone counters another person's argument by pointing out that the other person has done the same thing, instead of addressing the issue directly. Example: cutting down trees and destroying forests is wrong, but your house still uses wooden furniture. Anecdotal evidence. The anecdotal evidence fallacy occurs when someone uses personal stories or non-representative examples instead of relying on scientific data or credible statistical evidence to support an argument. Example: smoking is bad for your health. My grandfather smoked his whole life and lived healthily to 90, so smoking isn't harmful to health. Hasty generalization. The hasty generalization fallacy occurs when someone draws a broad conclusion about an entire group or issue based on a sample that is too small or unrepresentative. Example: I'm dating someone from City A. People from City A are very rude. I've met a few people from there and they were all rude. Burden of proof. The burden of proof fallacy occurs when someone shifts the responsibility of proving a claim onto another person instead of providing evidence to support their own argument. Example: we should invest in cryptocurrency right now. Why? Why not? Appeal to ignorance. The appeal to ignorance fallacy occurs when someone asserts that their claim is true because there is no evidence proving it false, or claims something is false because there is no evidence proving it true. Example: aliens definitely don't exist. Why? Because no one has proven they exist. Appeal to authority. The appeal to authority fallacy occurs when someone uses the opinion of an individual or organization considered to be an authority or believed to be an authority as evidence, rather than providing reasonable arguments or data. Example: we should buy stocks from Company A. Why do you think that? Financial expert X said this stock will be profitable. Ad hominem. The ad hominem fallacy occurs when someone attacks the personal characteristics of their opponent instead of refuting their argument or opinion. The goal is to undermine the opponent's credibility, to dismiss their argument, regardless of whether their reasoning is valid or not. Example: I think Team X should replace their coach because their performance is terrible. What do you know? Can you do better than them? Appeal to pity. The appeal to pity fallacy occurs when someone tries to persuade others to accept a point of view or take an action by exploiting human compassion, rather than relying on logical reasoning. Example, please buy this product. If not, I won't meet my target and could get fired. Bandwagon. The bandwagon fallacy occurs when someone believes something is true or good simply because many people believe or are doing it. Example, you should buy this phone, so many people are using it, so it must be really good. Circular reasoning. The circular reasoning fallacy occurs when someone uses the conclusion of an argument as the main premise of that argument. This makes the argument meaningless because it doesn't provide new information or a real reason. Example, everyone must obey the law because it's illegal to break it. False cause. The false cause fallacy occurs when someone assumes that one event is the cause of another without evidence or a logical connection between them. Example, ever since I started wearing my Lucky Charm, everything at work has been going smoothly. The Lucky Charm really works. False dichotomy. The false dichotomy fallacy occurs when someone presents only a limited number of options to create pressure or persuade someone to choose a particular option they desire, even though there may be other alternatives. Example, you should study medicine or law. It will be good for your future. No True Scotsman. The no True Scotsman fallacy occurs when someone changes the criteria or conditions to exclude cases that don't align with their argument, making the argument impervious to any rebuttal by imposing arbitrary standards. Example, true classical music lovers all like Mozart. I love classical music but don't like Mozart. Then you're not a true classical music lover. Red herring. The red herring fallacy occurs when someone deliberately diverts attention by introducing irrelevant or insignificant information to avoid answering a question or to derail a discussion. Example, do you understand that theft is an unethical act? Your Honor, could you first define ethics for me? Slippery slope. The slippery slope fallacy arises when someone argues that a small action or event will inevitably lead to a series of severe or negative consequences, without providing clear evidence to support this claim. Example, students should be allowed to use their phones during breaks. Absolutely not. If we allow phones at school, students will secretly use them during class, lose focus, get poor grades, fail university entrance exams, and end up unemployed. Appeal to tradition. The appeal to tradition fallacy occurs when someone argues that something is right or good simply because it has been done for a long time in order to reject proposals for change without assessing its rationality or effectiveness. Example, why don't we use new technology in the workplace? No need, our company has been doing it the old way for years and it's been fine. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video today. I hope this video has provided you with useful information. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any upcoming videos. See you in the next ones.